differing opinions on which American car was the first muscle car. Generally, the majority opinion is the 1964 Pontiac GTO gets the credit for being the first muscle car. However, a good case can be made for the 1955 Chrysler C-300 being the first genuine muscle car. It was the most powerful new car back in 1955, and it was the first post-World War II American production car to reach a power output of 300 gross horsepower, which is why it had the 300 name. The letter C in the C-300 name stood for coupe, since it was only available in a two-door hardtop coupe. It obtained many racing victories, especially on the NASCAR racing circuit, where it dominated with 22 victories in 1955. It wasn't just a great performance car, but it was also a top-tier luxury car that competed with the best luxury coupes from Cadillac, Lincoln, and Buick. This is probably why the C-300 is overlooked as the first muscle car, since it was technically a high-priced luxury car. Its base price was $4,110, which was a price most car buyers couldn't afford back in 1955. Even Chevrolet's very pricey two-seater, the Corvette, back in 1955, was a lot cheaper than the C-300, with a base price of $2,939. Only 1,725 C-300s were produced for the 1955 model year. The 1955 C-300 was a beautiful car which had a low stance and a very clean and uncluttered rounded exterior design. The rounded roofline, along with the rest of the exterior body panels, gave the C-300 a modern design for its day, especially since it had a minimal amount of chrome compared to most 1950s luxury cars. The C-300 had an egg crate style front grille and two headlights. The rear design was more blunt, with understated, reasonably sized tail fins surrounded by chrome. The reason why the overall exterior design was so special because the 1956 Chrysler 300B, which was the C-300's replacement, had styling changes that moved the 300 model away from its uncluttered, beautiful 1955 styling to the quintessential late 1950s styling, which included more exterior chrome, headlight eyebrows, and extravagant tail fins. The C-300 had a good number of standard features, including leather seats, and could be equipped with optional luxury items such as a front power seat and power windows. A big luxury option of this era, air conditioning, ironically, was not on the option list. The dash layout, with its round gauges, was very modern and ahead of its time, and looked more 1960s instead of 1950s. However, it is the C-300's 331 cubic inch Hemi V8, which produced 300 gross horsepower, is the main reason the C-300 is held in high honor today. 331 cubic inches was a lot of engine displacement for 1955. This engine, like all Chrysler Hemi V8s of this era, had hemispherical-shaped combustion chambers, which gave it a performance advantage over all the other V8s of this era. Add to that the fantastic performance engine parts that this engine was equipped with from the factory, which included dual 550 CFM Carter 4-barrel carburetors, a high-performance cam, a dual exhaust system, solid valve lifters, free-flow exhaust manifolds, and an 8.4-to-1 compression ratio. In other words, for its day, it was a racing spec engine in a production car. And it propelled the C-300 0 to 60 miles per hour in high 9-second range and had a top speed of 130 miles per hour. Back in 1955, these were supercar-like performance figures. Hampering the C-300's performance was its heavy curb weight of just over 4,000 pounds and its mandatory 2-speed automatic transmission. The C-300 was both a true luxury car and a true performance car. It was the perfect blend of performance and luxury. It's a shame Chrysler didn't stick with this formula. The Chrysler 300 gradually over time emphasized luxury more than performance. The C-300 was the ultimate performance car of the mid-1950s. However, its sheer luxury and high price back in 1955 kept it from starting the muscle car craze, since it was too expensive for most younger car buyers. The muscle car craze officially began in the mid-1960s, when American automakers gave younger car buyers low-cost, sporty, mid-size cars that had powerful large displacement V8s with the same type of high horsepower that the 1955 Chrysler C-300 had. Even though the C-300 wasn't the first muscle car, it was a big inspiration to the engineers who designed the muscle cars of the golden era. Not to mention the 1955 C-300's Hemi V8 would become the inspiration that created a new, larger and more powerful 425 gross horsepower Chrysler 426 cubic inch Hemi V8, which would become the ultimate benchmark for muscle car engines of the 1960s golden era. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Please subscribe, since your support is the reason this channel is a success. And please make sure to click on the bell icon so that you never miss a new video release.